Hello everyone, this is Shivani Garg, Assistant Professor from Government Engineering College, Bikaner. In the previous lectures, we have studied the basics of frequency response, graphical representation of frequency response using Bode plot, uh, polar plot and Nyquist plot, stability using these different plots, gain margin and phase margin. In this lecture, we will be practicing some previous year GATE examples. So I would suggest everyone to please keep the scientific calculator with you, and I would advise you to you may please pause the video at the start of each question and solve it first by yourself, and then play the video again to check the answer, to cross check your answer. So let's start with the lecture. So in first question, we have to calculate the phase crossover frequency, that is omega p, for the open loop transfer function GS. We know at omega p the phase angle phi is equal to minus 180 degree. So here we have open loop transfer function in terms of frequency response, that is Gj omega is equal to 100 upon 1 plus j omega to the power 3. So the phase angle of this particular question is minus 3 tan inverse omega, as the phase angle for this first order term 1 plus j omega is tan inverse omega, and here it has the power of 3, so the angle is 3 times, and this is a pole, so minus sign. So here for this omega, at omega p we have phase as minus 180 degrees, so minus 3 tan inverse omega p is equal to minus 180 degree. So if we solve this question, we get this is 60, so omega p is equal to tan 60, that is equal to root 3. So our answer for this question is option A. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So we have this Bode plot. We have to find the transfer function, transfer function using this Bode plot. So let's analyze this Bode plot. The initial slope of this Bode plot is plus 20 dB per decade. So it has a 0 at origin, that is the first vector is S. Okay, it has a 0 at origin. Now the gain K, as you know, if we have a pole at origin, the gain K is equal to the value of omega at which this plot is crossing the 0 dB line. Similarly, when we have this 0 at origin, we have the value K is equal to 1 by omega. Okay, in case of 0 at origin. Okay, omega when your gain is 0 dB. Okay, and when K is equal to omega when your gain is 0 dB in case of pole at origin. Okay, so here we have 0 at origin, so our K is equal to 1 by 0.5, that is equal to 2. So we have a value 2s in numerator. So if we we check this question, it seems that A or C may be the answer. So let's analyze one more thing. At this point, this is the cutoff frequency where slope is changing, that is called, let us say, omega 1. And at this point again the slope is changing, let us say the cutoff frequency is omega 2. So at this point the slope is adding into minus 20 dB per decade. So the total slope is here 0 dB per decade. Initially it was plus 20 dB, now it is 0 dB. So we are adding a pole of first order. Okay, so we have a pole at omega 1 upon 1 plus s upon omega 1. So for calculating omega 1, let's consider this triangle. We know the slope m is equal to, slope of a straight line m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 using simple algebra. So here y2 is 12 dB, y1 is 0 dB, x2 is log omega 1 and x1 is log 0.5. So for calculating omega 1 we have log omega 1 minus log 0.5 is equal to, that is x2 minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1, that is 12 minus 0 upon n, that is slope plus 20 dB per decade. So from here we have log omega 1 upon 0.5 is equal to 12 upon 20. So if we solve this equation, we get omega is equal to 2. So our slope pole is 1 upon 1 plus s by 2, that is 0.5 s, first pole. And then again the slope is changing at omega 2 and it becomes minus 40 dB per decade. From 0 it becomes minus 40 dB per decade. That means at omega 2 we have a pole of second degree or second order. So let's calculate omega 2 using same method. We have log 8 minus log omega 2 is equal to 12 upon 40. So from here if we solve this, we get omega 2 is equal to 4. So our second pole is at 1 upon 1 plus s by 4. That is of second degree. So if we see from these options, this is the best option suiting for our particular body plot. So this is the answer, that is 2s. If we write these all terms in open loop transfer function form, GSHS is equal to k, that is 2 into s, that is a 0 at origin, divided by a pole, that is 1 plus 0.5 s, and a second order pole, that is 1 plus 0.25 s square. Okay, so this is the correct answer for this particular question. So let's move on to the next question. So this is the question where we have a open loop transfer function GSHS is equal to s plus 3 by s square minus n2s minus 3. So take the Nyquist contour in clockwise direction. Then the Nyquist plot GSHS and circles minus 1 plus j0. So as we know, the Nyquist stability criteria n is equal to p minus z, and for stable system z is equal to 0. So n should be equal to p, and where p is the open loop poles in right half of S plane. So if we analyze this open loop transfer function, there exists one pole in the right half. So we have p is equal to 1. So here using Nyquist stability criteria, n should be equal to 1, where n is the total let and circumvent. So our answer to this question is once in clockwise direction. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Here we have the feedback system shown below. The value of GS is equal to 1 by s plus 1, s plus 2 into s plus 3, again k, and a unity feedback system. Here we have given the two condition, that is for positive value of k, we have to find the value of k for which the gain margin of the loop is exactly 0 dB, and phase margin of the loop is also exactly 0 degree. This is phase margin. Okay, so in this gain we have given omega g is equal to omega p, as phase margin is also 0 dB, phase margin is also 0 degree, and gain margin is also 0 dB. So our gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequencies are same. Okay, so in this case, let's first calculate the phase crossover frequency, that is by putting the imaginary part of this open loop transfer function for this particular feedback question to 0, where here open loop transfer function for this particular question is k into GSHS, where HS is equal to 1. So this is k upon s plus 1, s plus 2, and s plus 3. Okay, so let's rationalize this equation. So we have open loop transfer function is equal to, in j omega terms, frequency response. First write this into j omega term. So we have k upon j omega plus 1, j omega plus 2, j omega plus 3. So let's multiply with the complex conjugate of each term. We get k j omega minus 1, j omega minus 2, j omega minus 3 divided by minus omega square minus 1, minus omega square minus 4, minus omega square minus 9. If we solve this further, we get k is this open loop transfer function in j omega form, k into j omega minus 1 into minus omega square. If we multiply these two terms, we get minus omega square, and if we multiply these two terms, we get again a real value, that is 6. In minus, if we multiply minus 2 by j omega, we get minus 2 j omega, and if we multiply minus 3 by j omega, we get minus 3 j omega. Okay, divided by, I'm writing this as d. Okay, I'm not writing it again. So this term is, let's say, d. So this again, while we solve this, we get this is j omega minus 1 into 6 minus omega square minus 5 j omega. Okay, and again we multiply this term, we get k by d. On multiplying by minus 1, we get omega square minus 6 minus 5 j omega plus 6 j omega minus j omega cube minus 5 plus 5 omega square. Okay, j square becomes minus, so minus minus plus 5 omega square. So let's keep real and imaginary parts together. So we get omega square minus 6 plus 5 omega square minus plus j omega minus j omega cube. Sorry, this becomes plus, minus and minus plus, so this term is plus, so this becomes 11 j omega. 6 plus 5 is 11 j omega minus j omega cube. So for calculating omega p, we can put imaginary part, that is this part, as 0. So the imaginary part of this particular question, that is 11 omega minus omega cube, is equal to 0. This becomes omega p. So omega p can't be 0. That means omega square is equal to 11, or omega p is equal to under root 11. Okay. So once we get this frequency, phase crossover frequency, which is also equal to omega g. So this is equal to under root 11 omega g. Okay. So here again the gain margin in dB is equal to minus 20 log magnitude of open loop transfer function. Okay, so here gain margin is given as 0, so this becomes 0 is equal to minus 20 log, and the magnitude of this term, this open loop transfer function, is k upon under root omega square plus 1, that is omega g square, because we are considering gain margin, so this would be a gain crossover frequency. Omega square plus 4, omega square plus 9. Okay, so if we put this would got cancelled, and this would be log 1 is 0, so we can write here we have 0 dB minus 20. Okay, so this would get cancelled. This would, if we take this at left hand side, so this would be vanished, and we know log 1 is equal to 0, so this is log 1 is equal to log k upon, we put the value of omega, under root omega g is under root 11, so omega g square is 11, so this is 12 into 15 into 20. From this we can write 1 is equal to k upon, if we solve this we get 60. So from here we get k is equal to 60. So our answer for this particular question, where gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency is same, the value of k is 60. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Here we have given the two Nyquist plots. One is here when omega is infinity, the value is 0, magnitude value is 0 and angle is minus 90 degree, and when omega is 0, the magnitude is infinity and angle is still minus 90 degree. That means this is the polar plot for 1 by s. Okay, again in the next plot we have omega is equal to 0, magnitude is equal to 0, angle is plus 90, or you can write it as 1 by j omega. Okay, similarly this one we have s or j omega, a derivative and an integrator. Okay, so when we multiply these two, g1 and g2s, we get g1s is equal to 1 by s here, and g2s is equal to s. So g1s into g2s is equal to 1. Okay, so magnitude is equal to 1 constant and pi is equal to 0 for all values of omega. So B is the correct answer, where this is the magnitude 1 and angle is 0 degree. So this is the correct answer for this particular question. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Here the asymptotic body plot of the open loop transfer function k upon s plus 0.1 into s plus 10 into s plus p1 is given with k and p1 both positive is shown below. So this is the phase plot. We have given different values of phase and different values of frequency. We have to calculate the value of p1. So let's write this in terms of frequency response, that is gj omega is equal to k upon j omega plus 0.1 j omega plus 10 j omega plus p1. Okay, so here phi is equal to minus 10 inverse omega upon 0.1 minus 10 inverse 10 upon omega upon 10 minus 10 inverse omega upon p1. Okay, so angle contributing by these individual three factors, we have minus 10 inverse omega by 0.1, minus 10 inverse omega by 10 and minus 10 inverse omega by p1. So now let's see, this is where omega is equal to 1 and the angle of this particular question transfer function is minus 135 degrees. So let's put this value at omega is equal to 1, phi is equal to minus 135. So we get 135 is equal to minus 10 inverse 1 by 0.1 minus 10 inverse 1 by 10 minus 10 inverse 1 by p1. So if we solve this, we get 135 If we solve these two, we get angle minus 90 degree. If you have scientific calculator, please pause this video here and you can cross check it once. These two terms will give you this angle minus 90 degree minus tan inverse 1 by P1. So it becomes minus 45 is equal to minus tan inverse 1 by P1, or 1 by P1 is equal to tan 45 and tan 45 is equal to 1. So we get P1 is equal to 1. So answer for this question is 1. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So here we have a open loop transfer function, that is GS is equal to K upon S square plus 2S plus 2 into S plus 2, does not encircle the minus 1 plus J0 for K is equal to 10, but does encircle the minus 1 plus J0 for K is equal to 100. Then the closed loop system having unity feedback is, so we have to tell whether the system is stable. These are the four options: stable for K is equal to 10 and stable for both the values, stable for K is equal to 10 and unstable for K is equal to 100, or unstable for both the values, or unstable for K is equal to 10 and stable for K is equal to 100. So again we know the Nyquist criteria is P minus N is equal to P minus Z, and for stable system Z must be equal to 0. So ultimately we have the Nyquist criteria N is equal to P, where P is the open loop poles. P is open loop pole in right half of S plane. Okay, so let's consider this question. We have K upon S square plus 2S plus 2 into S plus 2. So all the coefficients are positive. So by analyzing this equation, we can say there is 0 poles in the right half of S plane, that is P is equal to 0. So for stable system N should be equal to 0. So here the condition is given, this Nyquist plot does not encircle the point minus 1 plus J0 for K is equal to 10. So for K is equal to 10, N is equal to 0, that means the system is stable, and encircles the minus 1 plus J0 for K is equal to 100. So when K is equal to 100, N is equal to 1, which does not satisfy the condition N is equal to P. For K is equal to 10 and for K is equal to 100. Okay, so for this condition the system is stable, and for this condition the system is stable. So stable for K is equal to 10 and unstable for K is equal to 100. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Here we have the input output transfer function HS is equal to 100 upon S into S plus 10 whole square. The plant is placed in unity negative feedback configuration as shown in figure below. The gain margin of the system, we have to calculate the gain margin. The gain margin of the system under closed loop unity feedback negative feedback is, so here we have again our open loop transfer function in S is equal to 100 upon, it would be equal to HS into 1. Here this is the forward path gain and this is unity feedback system, so this with HS into 1, so it is S 100 upon S plus 10 square. Okay, so for calculating gain margin we need to calculate the phase crossover frequency, that is at which phi is equal to minus 180 degree, means the imaginary part of the open loop transfer function is equal to 0. So on calculating this we have to calculate this imaginary part of this particular open loop transfer function. So here we have open loop transfer function in j omega form is equal to 100 upon j omega plus 10 whole square. So if we solve this, we get minus 100 upon 100j upon omega into 100 minus omega square minus plus 20j omega. Okay, so we multiply 100 minus omega square minus 20j omega and divide it also by this vector 100 minus omega square minus 20j omega. Okay, so we have minus 100j upon, let's say this is denominator d, so we have inside of bracket we have, if we multiply this j inside we get 100j minus omega square j plus 20 omega. So on putting imaginary part for calculating omega p, imaginary OLTF, OLT open loop transfer function is equal to 0, that is 100 minus omega p square is equal to 0, that is omega p is equal to 10. Okay, so now the gain margin in dB is equal to minus 20 log magnitude of open loop transfer function. So it is minus 20 log 100 upon omega into under root omega square plus 100 square. So it would get, if we have omega is equal to omega g, so when we solve this we put the value of omega g as omega p, phase crossover frequency. Okay. So we have calculated omega p as 10. When we put this value in this and solve this, we get gain margin in dB is equal to 26 dBs. So this is the correct answer for this question. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So in this question we have to calculate the phase margin in degrees for open loop transfer function 10 upon s plus 0.1, s plus 1, s plus 10 using asymptomatic body plot. So first we have to draw the body plot for this particular question. So for calculating phase margin, Pm is equal to 180 plus phi at omega g, that is gain crossover frequency, and omega g is the frequency at which the magnitude of g is 1 unity or 0 dB. So when this magnitude body plot is cutting the 0 dB line, that frequency is called the gain crossover frequency. So let's draw the body plot for this particular open loop transfer function. So we have gj omega is equal to 10 upon 10 into 0.1 into 1 plus s upon 0.1, 1 plus s, we can replace s by j omega. So j omega 1 plus j omega, and this is 1 plus j omega by 10. Okay, so here this 10 would get, okay. So if you multiply this 10 into 0.1, this would become 1. So again the k is 10 only. So we have 10 divided by 1 plus gj omega by 0.1. So our omega 1 is equal to 0.1, omega 2 is equal to 1, and omega 3 is equal to 10. We have 3 poles. At cutoff frequency, one is 0.1, 1 and 10, and a constant of 10 dB. 10. So K is equal to 10. Okay, so all these are poles. Okay, so all these are poles. So let's draw the magnitude plot. We have initially we have 20 log 10, that is so this is our frequency omega. Say this is the point where 0.1, this is 1 and this is 10. Okay, omega 1, omega 2, omega 3. So initially we have a 0 dB slope of value 20 log 10, that is 20 dB. So this point is 20 dB till 0.1. At 0.1 we have a this pole of first order, that means at this point the slope would become minus 20 dB per decade. So this is one decade, 10 means, so this would become 20 to 0 at this point, minus 20 dB per decade. Okay, at this point again we have one more omega 2, we have a pole, again one more pole of first order. So at this point the slope would become minus 40 dB per decade. Okay, and at this point again we have a slope, so at this point the slope would become minus 60 dB per decade. So this is our magnitude plot, and this magnitude plot is cutting the 0 dB line. This is the 0 dB line and this is 20 dB. Okay, at omega is equal to 1. So our gain crossover frequency omega g is equal to 1. Okay, so let's calculate the value phi. Phi would be equal to, for this gain, we have converted this into gj omega. So phi is equal to minus tan inverse omega by 0.1. This omega is omega g, so phi is equal to phi omega g is minus tan inverse omega g minus tan inverse omega g by 10. So we have omega g as minus omega g is equal to 1, so this is tan inverse 1 upon 0.1 minus tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse 1 by 10. So when you solve this, we get this angle as minus 135 degrees. So our phase margin is equal to 180 minus 135 is equal to 45 degrees. So the answer for this particular question is 45 degree. So first we draw the Bode plot and then we calculate the omega g from this using this Bode plot. And once we get the omega g, we put this value in the phase angle and we get the particular phase angle at that gain crossover frequency, and then using this formula we calculate the phase margin, and that this is comes out to be 45 for this particular question. Okay, so let's move on to the last question. So this is the question. The Bode asymptotic magnitude plot is given as shown in the system connected to unity feedback system configuration. The steady state error, we have to calculate the steady state error of the closed loop system to unity ramp input. So if you remember, you must have studied in time response analysis. We have three static error coefficient: positional static error coefficient, velocity static error coefficient, and acceleration static error coefficient. So you know how to calculate these values in time response analysis. These terms can also be calculated using Bode plot. So for type 0 system we calculate Kp and it is equal to K value, the gain value K, type 0 system. Okay, and Kv is calculated for type 1 system and it is the value of omega at which the magnitude is crossing the 0 dB line. Okay, and Ka is the acceleration factor calculated for type 2 system and this is the value omega square at which the magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB line. Okay, and as we know from that time response analysis, Kp calculates the error steady state error constant for unit step input and it is given as 1 upon 1 plus Kp for step input. It is equal to 1 by Kv for ramp input, unit ramp, and for is equal to 1 by Ka for parabolic input. Okay, so here we have to calculate steady state error of the closed loop system for unit ramp input. So we have to calculate 1 by Kv. So let's examine the Bode plot. Here we have initial slope as minus 20 dB per decade. As we can see, this difference is 20 dB and this is 1 decade, that is omega is equal to 10. This difference is 10. Okay, so this slope is minus 20 dB per decade. So we have initial slope as minus 20 dB per decade. That means this is the system of type 1, that is a pole at origin. It contains a pole at origin. Okay, so in this case again we have already seen that Kv is calculated for type 1 system and here also it is given the steady state error closed loop system for unit ramp's input, and for unit ramp input the steady state error is equal to 1 by Kv. So we have to calculate Kv and the system is also T1, so we can calculate Kv, and Kv is equal to omega at which the frequency at which the gain is crossing 0 dB line. So here this is the value where gain is crossing 0 dB line, that is omega is equal to 2. So we have Kv is equal to 2. Okay, so our ESS steady state error for unit ramp input is equal to Kv, that is equal to 1 by 2, that means 0.5. So our answer is 0.5. Okay, so I hope you understand all these questions that I have told you. You can practice same questions. Okay, so that's it for the frequency response. I wish you all best of luck for the GATE exam. Thank you.